Good morning, world. As much as we may wish it wasn't so, we know that infidelity is another issue that can sometimes come up in relationships. And of course, when situations like that happen, there are decisions that need to be made, there are actions that need to be taken. And that is why today we're talking about five infidelity don'ts. 5 things you shouldn't do when you're dealing with a partner's infidelity. First being involve friends and family. You need to be very careful with that because yes, when things like that are happening, you're hurting, you're angry, you do want someone that you can talk to, but it's very important to avoid involving friends and family, because once you start involving other people, then you get into that group think situation where your decisions can be influenced by others, where people start putting in their 2 cents, and your actions or your decisions get into that group think, and when you have that one hothead friend who says burn and you have the other one who says stay, and your decision is not necessarily you. It's not based on what you want for your relationship, what you want for your family and your future. Avoid having too many people who will color your perception of what's happening and what you choose to do about it. 2, avoid jumping to retaliation. When we are hurting, when someone is dealing with infidelity, there's hurt, there's anger, there's a lot of negative emotions that are involved. And when you are dealing with those emotions, someone hurts you, someone does something that angers you, you want to hurt back. You want to retaliate, and that is not uncommon. It's actually kind of normal, but it doesn't help. Retaliation has more potential to hurt you than to help you. It can cause you to go and take actions and do things that you would normally not do, things that you don't necessarily want to do, but in your state of anger and your state of hurt, you want to push back. Pushing back can also hurt your ability to repair the relationship, because at the end of the day, you may choose to stay together, but what you do in retaliation can impact your ability to do that. And of course, sometimes trying to hurt someone else hurts you more. If you are going to try to do something to hurt someone else, and then in the end find out, yes, this bothers you because you did this thing that you normally wouldn't do, it's best that you avoid that retaliation. Just take the time and deal with what's going on with you. 3, self-blaming. Definitely, a partner's decision to step outside of the relationship is not your fault. It's a decision that your partner made. It's something that your partner chose to do. And there is not much that you can say that you would do or not do that would change what has happened. You have to remember that it was your partner's decision, your partner's choice, and that you cannot take the blame. You're already feeling bad with everything that's going on. The last thing you need is another reason to feel bad, another reason to add more to the hurt that you're already feeling. It's your partner's choice, your partner's decision. You cannot blame yourself for that. 4, involve children. That often comes up, especially with in retaliation, but you have to be careful with that. Children are not ready to deal with that. Children do not necessarily need to know some of the stuff. It's important to keep the relationship between you and your partner, and separate from your relationship and their relationship with your children. 5, make immediate decisions. It's important to avoid decisions that are made so hurried, because when the thing first happens and you're feeling all these emotions, any decision you make while you're angry, while you're hurt, is a decision that's going to be based on your anger or your hurt. It's important that you take time to process your feelings, process your thoughts, process your emotions, and then make decisions that are based on what you want for your future and for the future of your relationship, as opposed to a decision that is based on a temporary hurt or a temporary anger that's going to impact your long-term relationship. That's pretty much it. Quick recap. 1, do not involve friends and family, because as good as it could be to have someone listen to you, someone to talk to, you don't want to find yourself in that groupthink situation where other people are influencing or impacting your ability to decide for yourself and your family. 2, Do avoid retaliation, because retaliation is not always going to hurt the person that you're trying to hurt. Sometimes in attempting to retaliate, you can end up hurting yourself and your ability to repair the relationship if that's what you choose to do. Self-blaming, definitely not, because it's a decision that your partner makes. It's a decision that the other adult in the relationship made, and you cannot take responsibility for that. 4, do not involve children. That's not their business. This is not a place that the relationship between you and your partner is between you and your partner, and should be separate from the relationship you guys have with your children. And finally, avoid making immediate decisions, because you do not want to make decisions based on anger or decisions based on hurt that will impact your future long term. And that's pretty much it for today. Good morning, world. Have a great day.